Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pizza fans of all ages. My name is Mike, and welcome to Pizza Mon Mario. And we're getting closer and closer to October. You know what that means, right? We're getting close to Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl's first year anniversary. I can't believe it's almost been a full year since this game came out. I've been having a lot of fun playing it, and a lot of fun talking about it with you guys. Even if it's not the most popular game right now, especially with a certain Warner Brothers product hogging all the spotlight. Nah, I'm just playing. Well, not really, but anyway, I've been having fun discussing about potential future content for this game. If we get more content after Rocco, talking about my DLC ideas and whatnot. Speaking of which, that's what we're gonna be doing today. This character I'm gonna be talking about is a duo character like Ren Stimpy and CatDog, who you're seeing on your screen right now. Norbert and Daggett, the Angry Beavers from, well, the Angry Beavers. One of my most wanted characters for this game. I'm a pretty big fan of the Angry Beavers, and I'd love to see the show get some more recognition. Best way to do that, we need to put him in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. We'll also put him in Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3, Slime Speedway. I'd love to see that too, but I'm not talking about that game right now, I'm talking about All-Star Brawl. Yeah. Now before I get into the moveset and all, let me talk about how I think these two characters could work as a duo. I think they can borrow elements from Ren and Stimpy and CatDog, where both characters will be on the screen at the same time fighting, like Ren and Stimpy, but you can switch between the two beavers, like you do for CatDog. And I think Norb can be the stronger of the two, but also the slower one. And then Dag can be a fast character, but his attacks will be weaker. So like, it'll be like Pyra and Mithra, in a way. Dag will be the character you want to use to like do the damage, and then Norb you want to use for the finishing blow. That kind of thing. That's how I think they can work. So now let's get into my ideas for the moveset. It's pretty interesting compared to most other characters I've done in this series. So, let's not waste any more time, and I'll take a seat, get comfortable, grab your snacks and beverages, and let's get started. So let's see what these two swinging bachelor beavers have to show us, starting with their light attacks. For light neutral, I have Slap Fight, based off the intro of the show, where they're shown having a slap fight for a brief moment. And if you can guess, if you hold the button down, it'll keep doing the attack. I feel like it shouldn't matter though what beaver you have equipped. I think it should do the same amount of damage for both beavers. Because I feel like if Norb did more damage than Dag in the same move, he'd be kind of busted. So I think this will be one of 4 moves in this moveset, spoiler alert, that'll do the same amount of damage no matter what beaver you have selected. For light up, I have Tail 5. So like a little high five with their tails. This was seen in the episode H2-Woe. This will be another move that'll do the same amount of damage no matter what beaver you have selected. You just slap their tails up and hit you with them. For light down, Slap Happy, based off the episode of the same name. The beavers will smack their tails on the ground. If you hold the button down, it'll keep doing the attack. Now for this move, I can see Norb and Dag doing different amounts of damage. Like let's say 5% difference. Norb will do like 10 HP, while Dag will do 5 HP. Yeah, let's just say that as an example. Now for the light air attacks. For light neutral air, Beaver Bite. You had to have some move where the beavers are actually biting their opponents. After all, one of the beavers' features is their teeth, you know, chomping on the wood and the trees and whatnot. And maybe like if they fight Ren and Stimpy in the game and they throw the log of blammo at the beavers, they can actually chop the log apart into 2 pieces. Nah, they don't have to do that. It'd be kind of cool though, but that is probably not necessary. For the light up air, Lickety Split, which was that treat they were fighting for in that episode You Promised. So they'll use it to split you in half. And both of these moves, Norb will do more damage than Dag, by the way. And then for the light down air, I have Lawn in the Teeth, based off the episode of the same name. In that episode, the beavers grow their teeth out to look like this. That's how the move can work. They can just grow their teeth out, the teeth will hit you. And Norb can also do more damage than Dag in this move as well. Speaking of that episode, for the light dash attack, I have Teeth Ball. It's based off the scene where Norb's teeth grew so big that he made himself to like a little hamster wheel, or I guess a beaver wheel, I should say. And caught Dag in it, and they were rolling around the forest and got caught in a tree. So pretty much that, it'll roll up towards you. And it won't matter what beaver you have selected, it'll do the same amount of damage. There's another move that'll do that. And that's it for the beaver's dash attacks. Light attacks, excuse me. Now before we get into the strong attacks, I have to quickly mention this. You know how CatDog has a couple different moves in their moveset, depending on whether you have cat or dog selected? Well, from this point forward, up until the neutral special, Dag and Norb have completely different attacks. That's the interesting part of the moveset I was talking about earlier. So, let's get into it. So for Norb's strong neutral, they have Into Last Week, based off the episode, same time last week, when Norb was tired of Dag constantly annoying him, and he bopped him into last week. That's what he'll do in this moveset. Just bop you into, not into last week, but off the stage. Yeah. And then for Dag's strong neutral, Excalibur, from the episode Alley Oops. So Dag will be going bowling with you or your opponent as the pin. And if you just tap the button, he'll throw it forward. But if you hold the button down, he'll throw it back first and then throw it forward. Kind of like Hugh Neutron on the way with Flippy. For Norb's strong up, I have Viking Axe, based off the episode Fruit of the Clods. I think that's how it's pronounced. So Norb will turn into the Viking woman that he turned into in the episode, launches Viking Axe up into the air to hit you. And then for Dag's strong up, Sane High, based off the episode of the same name. It's the one where Dag grows gigantic every time Norb and Dag have an argument, and then Dag starts singing. And this move will just have Dag just grow gigantic and hitting the opponent up into the air. Maybe while he's doing that, he'll just go, ah! And he's singing. Why not, right? And then for Norb's strong down, I have Stump. You know, the little tree character that was essentially Plank from Ed, Edd n Eddy before Plank was even created. He'll help out Norb by Norb slamming him onto his opponents. And then for Dag's strong down, the Mighty Knothead. Again, based off the episode of the same name. So Dag will put the giant nut on his head and do like a headbutt in the middle of the screen, attacking both sides of it. I mean, it's kind of like earthquake-like effect. It's a big nut, so might as well, right? Don't take that out of context. And now for the strong air attacks. For Norb's strong neutral air, Aerial Into Last Week. And in the same case with Dag, Aerial Excalibur. So yeah, same move, but in the air. Except Dag can only attack forwards while in the air. For Norb's strong up air, Stinky Toe. Again, based off the episode of the same name. So Norb would do a kick in the air with his Stinky Toe. And if that attack's too smelly for you, we can always freshen it up with Dag's strong up air, which is the air freshener, which was seen in the episode Gift Horse, in which Dag will attack his opponent with the Pine Tree air freshener. So you decide what smell you want to attack your opponents with, pretty much. For Norb's strong down air, it's a falling move, so you gotta do this not off a ledge. Salmon Splash. And this is based off of a scene in the episode You Promised. So Norb will turn into a salmon and splash down on his opponents with Dag running on him. You know? And then for Dag's strong down air, Hammer Time. So I have nothing else to call it. This is based off the episode The Amnesia, when Norb lost his memory after the Beaver's dam fell on him. And Dag tried to help Norb get his memory back by hitting him on the head again. He tried to use this hammer to do it. Now for Norb's strong dash attack, Horsey Boy. Now the name is based off the episode Fancy Prance, but the reference is supposed to be based off of You Promised, once again, when Dag ordered Norb to attack like a farm animal, and he had like a bull charging and hitting Dag multiple times. That was a very funny scene. That's what he'll do in this moveset. He'll just strike you with his horns that he made out of his hair. And then for Dag's drawn dash attack, Easy Peasy Rider. Also based off the episode of the same name, even though this picture's from the episode Blacktop Beavers. So Dag will ride his cycle and crash into the opponent. You can do like a little swerve, like skirt, while he's doing it. And that's it for the strong attacks. And don't forget, Nob will do more damage than Dag. It's like Nob will do like maybe 15 or 20% more damage than Dag will. We'll just use that as an example. Nothing speaks angry like special attacks, am I right? I don't know. For Norb's neutral special, and this will be the last time that Nob and Dag have a separate attack, as I mentioned before, we have the Duck and Cover Duck from the episode In Search of Big Butox. This will be kind of like Zim when he sends out Gur. Except the Duck and Cover Duck will be a little bit slower than Gur. And you can't like get him to jump or can't hit him and it'll change direction or anything like that. It'll just go straight. And then you press the button a second time after launching him, like pop some of his pieces out. You press the button a third time, he'll straight up explode. Anyone in range will get hit. And then for Dag's neutral special, Dag's List, on the episode of the same name, once again. For this move, Dag will open up the notebook that he got in the episode and launch out the rocket pen that was in there. And depending on what stage you're playing on, you can bounce off of walls or on the ground and whatnot. Anyone comes in contact with the pen as it's firing will take damage and go flying. Now for the up special, Voodoo Beavers. I couldn't find a picture of it, but it's from the episode Open Wide for Zombies. It's the episode when Nob and Dag were sleeping, and then they get washed away by a flood and end up in a swamp house with a bunch of zombies. And the villain of the episode, the Swamp Witch, tried to get the beaver's teeth for her potion, and she had voodoo dolls of them. And they used them to launch into a window where their beds were. That's something that they can do here. They can throw the voodoo dolls into the air, launch themselves into the air in the process. If you get hit by the voodoo dolls, you'll like stay frozen for a second, and then when the beavers come up with the voodoo dolls, you get hit by them as well. So it could be a multi-hit move if you use it perfectly. If I'm making any sense here. I'd have to see the episode. That's what I'm talking about, really. And then for the down special, Beaver Swap. Yeah, I kind of figured, right? Had to have some move where you switch between Nob and Dag. They like push each other out of the way or whatever. And that's it for the Angry Beavers moveset. Now for the stage they can come with, I think it's pretty obvious. The Beaver's Dam. You can either fight on the dam itself, or you can fight on like the log bridge, or you can fight inside of the dam. Doesn't really matter. And we're about done here with the special attacks and the stage. Now we can move on to the alternate costumes. So for this first one I have, we got the Beaver's beach outfits, or the outfits that you see in the credits in every episode. Yeah, this is kind of a no-brainer. It should definitely come with this. It would come to this game with more than one alternate costume. Well, if we could get other costumes for the other characters too while we're at it. For this next one, we have their Beaver Fever outfits from the episode of the same name, which also happens to be one of my favorite episodes of the show, and the first episode of the show that I ever actually saw. How about that? I'd be incredibly happy if we saw these as costumes for the Beavers if they were put in this game. And it would somewhat make up for not seeing cool Hugh as an alternate costume for Hugh. So, yeah. And for this last one, I think you know what it's gonna be, if you're a fan of the show. Muscular Beaver and Barren Bad Beaver. Now you know I had to incorporate Muscular Beaver and Barren Bad Beaver at some point, right? Originally I was gonna make them like an attack, where they transform into Muscular Beaver and Barren Bad Beaver, do a couple moves there, but thought, why do that? Why not make them costumes, you know? Wouldn't that be cooler? I think so. But come on. We gotta have Muscular Beaver and Barren Bad Beaver as costumes for the Beavers if they were to get into this game. And if we can ever get more than one alternate costume for each character, and by then the Beavers will be in the game. I think everyone would agree with me if the Angry Beavers got in the game. We need Muscular Beaver and Barren Bad Beaver. And if I'm wrong, then my channel is gonna get terminated tomorrow. So I don't really want that to happen. How about this? If I'm wrong, I'll never eat pizza again. That's not good either. But you know what? Everyone's gonna agree with me probably anyway, so what difference does it make? Please agree with me. And that's it for the alternate costumes. And those are my ideas for the Angry Beavers in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Like I said before, I really want to see them make it into the game. They're one of my most wanted characters. I know we have a lot of 90s Nicktoons represented in the game already, but I don't care. I want to see the Beavers. I'm sure a lot of people would want to see the Beavers too. Those people who still play the game, that is. So, let me ask you guys. Question of the video. Do you want to see the Angry Beavers make it in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl? Like I said, me? Yes. We can have a match between Ren Stimpy, CatDog, and Angry Beavers. See who the best duo in Nickelodeon really is. Well, duo fighters in the game, that is. Because, you know, SpongeBob and Patrick are a duo, but they're not a duo in this game. You know what I mean. So yeah, that's going to conclude episode number 10 of my DLC ideas for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. If you guys saw that community post I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you know who our next character is going to be. It's going to be Blue from Blue's Clues. So I'm going to start tackling Nick Jr. characters in this series. You know, just for fun, after all. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that. But for right now, it's time for me to hit the road. That's going to be it for today's video. Did you like it? If you did, do me a solid and punch the like button below like a piece of dough. And if this is your first time on this channel, and you like what you saw and you want to come back for more, hit that subscribe button so you become a member of the Pizza Man Mario Party today. Share the video with your friends, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, or whoever you want to share with. Hit that bell and turn notifications so you can be the first one to see all upcoming videos. Have a time, leave a comment. Till next time, this is your boy Mike signing out, so peace out y'all, I hope you have a great rest of your day.